So I'm delighted to be back again with Girls with Guts, doing this collaboration, teaching some yoga. My name is Elaine O'Rourke. I've been teaching yoga now for 18 years. I've had my ileostomy for 15 years due to Crohn's disease. I also work with people, help people who have ostomies and IBD through my different programs, which are more holistic based programs, to really help to overcome the many fears and challenges that we all go through and the many different struggles. So if you want to know more about what I do, then just check out my website, elaineorourke.com, or you can send me a message through Facebook. But let's get started, and like we have been doing, we're going to start off on our backs. So this will be a practice, a fairly gentle practice, suitable for most bodies, but the reminder that, let me just turn this off, the reminder that as we move, we want to be creating more and more of a listening dialogue to our bodies so that we're moving safely and appropriate for our bodies right here, right now. So whether you have an ostomy, whether you have IBD, whether you are in a flare-up or not in a flare-up, this will be beneficial even if you just lie down for the duration of the class. We are here to try and heal our bodies and to just show up for ourselves, especially during this time that we are in at the moment. So let's get started. If you have a blanket, I personally love to do this to just help to open up the energy in the heart center and to help open up through the shoulders, because when we're feeling crappy and ill, the tendency is to crouch in like this, especially when we got like tummy pain and when we have symptoms. So we want to do the opposite and to really open up the energy through the chest and through the heart. So if you have a blanket, and if you don't, it doesn't matter, just roll it up, maybe just roll it up a little bit, and then taking it underneath the shoulder blades. Have it at a level that you're still comfortable with bringing the head down to the floor. You might even grab a cushion off your couch and place it underneath your head for more comfort. And this is also will be good for opening up the back. So the arms are either going to come out to the sides like so, or you can have your arms even resting on your belly and sending a little bit of TLC to your belly or in around your, if you have an ostomy, you can even just take a hand onto your ostomy. If lying down like this is causing you any discomfort in your lower back, then just bend your knees instead, and that should help to ease any lower back discomfort. But otherwise, you're just going to lie down, close your eyes, and take the next few deep breaths in and out through the nose. Steady in and steady out. Sending the signal to the body that it is okay to relax and it is okay to receive this time for yourself for healing. The entire face relaxing. So just notice if you're scrunching at all through your forehead or in your mouth, and just relax. Just parting the teeth a little bit can help the jaw to relax, and the tongue resting on the lower palate. Noticing your breath and the movement within the physical body that the breath creates. So as you inhale, the diaphragm is lowering, bringing the breath into the belly, the rib cage, the chest, the back. And as you exhale, just allowing the belly to soften back down towards the earth, towards the floor. The entire face is relaxing, and the focus just being on the breath. You might be able to begin to deepen and elongate the breath. And with each breath, inhaling light into your body. Exhaling away any stress. Let it go. Inhaling light and love down through the entire body. Exhale away any overwhelm. Just let it go. Inhaling light and love into the entire body. Exhaling away any anxiety or nervous energy, just let it go. Inhaling light and love into the body. And exhale, just allow that light and love to really fill you completely. So just stay with that for a few more breaths. And just visualizing if you are having any flare-ups or if you are feeling under the weather at the moment, just visualizing any areas of your body that are having symptoms, just visualizing the light coming into those areas, really helping you to heal. Noticing how you're feeling just from these couple of minutes of just taking a time out. And when you're ready, bending your knees, placing your feet, feeling your feet on whatever surface you are on, grounding your energy, so pulling yourself really into your body. Oftentimes when we are having symptoms, we can end up disconnecting from our bodies because the pain can be too much. So right now I invite you to come into your body, to come into this place of feeling and knowing. When you're ready, rolling over onto your right side and coming up to a seated position. Joining the palms together at the heart center. The eyes can close. Broad through the chest, lengthening up through the spine. Continuing to invoke light and love for healing. And perhaps there is an intention, a specific intention that you would like to set for yourself today. Getting clear with that intention. And we'll open up our practice with one Om. Deep breath in. Om. And releasing your hands down, beginning to open up your eyes. Okay, so from here, we'll keep the legs crossed if this is okay for you. Otherwise, you can have your legs out in front. And we'll come into a little side stretch first of all. So taking your right hand down to the floor, rolling the right shoulder back, and then reaching your left arm up. Trying to straighten out the left arm, hinging a little bit over to the right. You might even walk your right hand a little further away from your body. Both buttock bones down. Ask yourself, is this stretch through the side? Does this feel okay? Be gentle with yourself. And then inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhale, lowering the left hand down. Shoulders back, chest broad. Inhale, left arm reaching up, right arm reaching up. You can even walk the left hand out to the left a little bit more as you hinge over. I oftentimes bend into my left elbow as I stretch long through the right side. Slow breaths in and out through the nose. And inhaling, coming up. Exhale, your hand back down. From here, let's take the opposite interlace of the legs. And we'll work out the neck a little bit from here. So bringing the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Rolling the chin down towards the chest. Still try to keep the shoulders broad. Rolling over to the left. And up to center. Taking it in that same direction, so over to the right. Rolling down and around. And back up to center. Just pause here. Take a nice deep breath in. Long breath out. And then we'll come to the other side. So the left ear dropping down towards the left shoulder. Rolling the chin down. Over to the right. And up to center. And just take that another time. Just working out the kinks. And back to center. Lovely. Let's from here come over onto hands and knees. From here, just begin to just sway your hips a little bit from side to side. Breath in and out through the nose. So the whole practice is really equivalent to a moving meditation. And then just coming back to what is known as neutral spine, so that you're keeping the natural curves in the back. We'll stretch the right leg out behind. So the ball of the foot is on the earth, straightening up through the arms if you can, and then just an inch or so below your belly button, feel like you're lifting that up away from the floor. So there's a little bit of core engagement, and then slowly lifting the right leg up. So you're engaging through your glutes a little bit here. And if you want to toy a little bit more with your balance, taking your left arm out in front. So as we know, life is just a whole play of balance. We teeter and we totter, sometimes to the extremes, but we're really trying to come back to that place where we're able to go with the flow a little bit more, even through the challenging times. Then lowering the knees and the hands down. Taking the left leg out behind. Again, that little lift up through the lower belly. And then slowly lifting your left leg up, spread the toes. So there's a lot of energy going down from the hips all the way down through the left foot. And then if you want to, the right arm stretching out in front. I have found from my own personal experience that it's been through all of the many challenges that I have come across in my life, that they are the places where I have learned and grown the most. Of course, when we are in the challenging times, it's really hard to hear that, but I honestly do think it's true. And then lowering the hands and knees back down. From here, open the knees out a little bit wider and draw the hips back towards the heels. So usually with the knees out wider, it gives room, for your ostomy, so that you're not feeling like it's being compacted. And perhaps the arms walking out in front. The forehead might come all the way down to the floor, or maybe take a blanket underneath it for some support. Enjoying a couple more breaths here. Bringing the energy from the head right down into the body. So this is an experience of feeling. And then coming back up onto the hands and knees. Coming into what's known as cat-cow. So curl the toes under and you get this lovely stretch through the feet, if that's okay on your feet, of course. And then from here, inhale, you're tipping the pelvis down, lifting the buttock bones up and lifting the chest up. Hold it here so it's a bit more of a back bend. Again, there's a little bit of core engagement. And then coming onto the tops of the feet, rounding up the spine. Just let your head hang and enjoy a couple of breaths here. Then curl the toes under again. Inhale into cow pose. Exhale, round up the spine into cat pose. All the while just noticing how the muscles of your back are feeling, even through your hands. Like this might be challenging through your wrists. So you're just noticing, doing what you're able to do. And of course, if anything is becoming too much in your body, then just come to a position of rest. One more time, lift the spine up. And then coming up onto the shins, onto the knees. Inhale, let's reach the arms up overhead, stretching long through the sides again. Another deep breath in here. Long breath out. And again, reach up through the fingers. And this time exhale, bringing the arms all the way back down by our sides. Coming up to standing. So knowing what the difference is between experiencing pain in your body versus experiencing a stretch or some muscles that may have not moved for a little while. So using that discernment for yourself. From here, we're going to actually take the feet wider apart. Having the outer edges of the feet parallel, if you're on a mat, parallel to those skinny edges of your mat. But basically your feet are parallel. And then from here, just a little bend into your knees. And we're going to hinge forward from here, from these hip creases. So this is quite a stretch through the inner thighs. Now, if you've had rectal surgery, you might find that this is too much unless you're fully recovered. So again, just listen to your body. You might take your hands to your hips or even behind you towards your bum and roll the shoulders back. Right? Keep a little bend in the knees, just teasing, feeling in the body. Noticing how the muscles are responding and the bones. And then inhale, coming back up. Exhale, release the arms, and then step the feet back in. All right, just shake everything out. Shake the arms out overhead, shake the legs out. Shaking off the day, depending on what time zone you're in. Okay, then we're going to take the legs out again. This time turning the feet out at about a 45-degree angle, if that is okay for your knees and for your feet. From here, we're going to try and keep the pelvis in neutral and just bend the knees sitting down. So again, a deep stretch through the inner thighs. Check in, make sure this is okay through your rectal area. Should be okay through your ostomy site if you have an ostomy. And just check in with your belly. How does it feel? Opening out the arms, inhaling them up. Exhaling the hands down, taking the thumbs to the inner thighs and the fingers to the outer thighs. Taking a little twist here. So twisting to your right, the left shoulder can drop down a little bit. Inhale to center. Exhale, a little twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right again. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center, and all the way up. Arms up overhead again. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Parallel the feet, stepping the feet together. Opening out the arms. So again, just take the next few breaths. Notice how that felt through your legs. So we're really pulling the energy down into the body. And especially getting the energy circulating through the hips and through the belly. So another deep breath in. Nice long breath out. From here, let's just roll the shoulders back a few times. And rolling them forward. All right, beautiful. Having the feet anywhere from together to up to hips distance apart. I'm gonna have mine kind of halfway. One thing here, so we're gonna do chair pose, Utkatasana. When we do this, we're just trying to have the hips, the knees going straight ahead, hips drawing back and down, and the arms can come up. If that's too much in your shoulders, of course, you can take your hands to your heart center. See what it feels like to rock back into your heels a little bit, to lifting the toes up, fanning the toes out. So again, a lot of energy down through the whole pelvic area. Come back to that visualization of light and love for your body. Healing, compassion. From here, begin to bring the weight slightly more forward towards the balls of the feet. Moving from your hip creases, hands can come to the thighs as you explore a forward fold. So I'll just come to the side so you can see. So this is getting into your hamstrings more. And again, if you need to kind of make room for your ostomy, maybe you come up a little bit higher. Also, just notice how this feels through your belly. It's usually pretty good position to come into if you're to help soothe the belly as well. Also, child's pose, I forgot to say that earlier. We'll bend into the knees again, inhaling, coming all the way up. Arms overhead, and exhale, hands to the heart center. Opening out the arms. From here, if you are on a yoga mat, you can come a little bit more towards the front of your mat. Again, take the time to feel down into your feet, your legs, your hips. And inhaling the arms up. Exhale back into that chair position. Deep breath in, breathe in light and love. Exhale, forward, folding. Again, just playing with the legs, see how they feel here. Bending the knees, taking your hands down to the earth. You're going to inhale, step the right leg back. See if you can take a nice, deep, long step. You might need to double over or place some padding underneath your right knee, and then lowering it down. From here, the hands can come up onto the left thigh. So we're in this nice low lunge position, which is a great stretch through the hip flexors, and also a stretch through the belly. So if anyone is new to having your ostomy, if you feel like this is too much, then just stay hinging forward a little bit more. If it feels good to stretch the body upright, you might even bring the arms up overhead. And if you're finding that it's too much, if you're having any abdominal pain at the moment, this might be just too much for your belly. So again, it might feel better to hinge forward more, but you can still get the nice stretch through your hips and your thighs. So a couple breaths. And then taking your hands back down, curling your right toes under, lift the right knee up, and then step your right foot forward to your left foot as you fold. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhaling the hands back to the heart center. So we'll do that on the other side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale this chair pose. Full breath in. Exhale, forward fold, moving from the hip creases. Hands down. Inhale, step the left leg back, lowering the left knee down. Okay, so we have these different variations of hand positions, of tuning in what feels right for your belly, what feels right if you have an ostomy. And this is what I mean by listening to your body and creating this dialogue with your body so you can really build your intuition and your understanding of your own self. Couple more deep breaths here. Enjoy wherever you are. Just be in it. One more breath. Then the hands can come back down. Curling the left toes under, lifting the left knee up. Step the left foot forward. Again, folding. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, hands back to the heart center. Releasing the arms down. We're going to come into Warrior Two pose. So we're doing a lot with the legs this evening and a bit more, a few more standing poses. But it's really great to build up the strength of the body and to build up our muscles again. I know when I was, as I was getting my ostomy, I lost all muscle mass. I could barely even walk. I could barely move. I was down to skin and bones. But it comes back, right? It comes back. It took me a little while, but it definitely did come back. So from here, Warrior Two pose, turning your right foot out to the right, bending into the right knee, left leg straight, spine lifting up, and then just open the arms out and looking over your right hand. The body is amazing. It has amazing capabilities. So be patient, especially if you aren't feeling good at the moment. Be patient and loving with yourself. Inhale, take the arms up. Let's straighten the legs, palms joining. Exhale, hands back to the heart center. Turning the right foot up slightly towards the left foot. Turn the left foot all the way out. Bending into your left knee. Again, so this is another deep stretch through the inner thighs. We'll open out the arms and then looking over the left hand. There's that little lift up through the lower belly. So we are connecting in with the core. And the core isn't just these front muscles, it's also muscles at the back, the sides. The core comes up towards the shoulders, down to the hips. Inhale, straightening up the legs, arms up overhead, parallel the feet, hands back to the heart center. Opening out the arms, stepping the feet together. All right, just shake it out again. Just as I'm speaking about the core, sometimes core stuff we think of just doing a bunch of crunches. And for some people with ostomies, that is not going to be helpful. We want to be mindful of hernias. So a nice way to just engage the core in your everyday life is to find your frontal hip bones, so right here, and then feel like you're tying a belt from these hip bones in towards the lower belly. So you're kind of pulling in, you might even feel that narrowing at the waistline, and then zipping up your lower belly like you're putting on a slightly tight pair of pants out of the dryer, but you can still get in them. So that cue usually works and resonates with most of us. So there's this pulling in towards the lower belly. And then I'd like you to just take your thumb to your lower rib to your side. And then place your hand, take your little finger then to the top of your hips. So each side. And then try and grow a little bit taller, as if you're trying to make space for another finger to be placed between the hip and the rib, that lower ribs. Lengthening the spine, a sense of drawing in towards center. Breathing. And I know that is really helping me to engage my core a lot. Keeping that length, that connection. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, forward fold again. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. And then with your next inhale, slowly coming up. Totally fine to put a bend in the knees. Arms up overhead, connect into the core. Find that length and that space. Exhale, hands back to the heart center. Let's open out the arms. So this time, we're going to play with opening with the shoulders and really opening in the mid-upper back area. So a couple of variations. Either taking the palms together and the elbows in towards each other, like this. Or taking your right arm under your left arm. The backs of the hands might come towards each other, or you might even be able to get the front of the hands connecting. So I'll do it from the side. So right arm under left, if that's okay in your shoulders. Now from here, sitting the hips back down. Breathing. Bring the breath fully into your back. Obviously, it's going to be through the belly and the ribs, etc. But really feel into the back, between the shoulders, between the shoulder blades. Opening up the energy of the heart. All the feelings that we might have stuck back there, and just provide just this avenue to release. And inhale coming up. Exhale, undoing the arms. Then just roll the shoulders back a couple of times. Okay, let's take that on the other side. So this time, if it works for your shoulders, take the left arm under the right arm. Sitting the hips back down again. Relaxing the face. Breathing steady through the nose as much as you can. And then inhale coming up. Exhale, lowering the arms. Let's roll the arms back again a couple of times. Okay, now we're going to add in another aspect to this pose, and that's adding in a little bit of balance. The arms are going to be the same, so the right arm is going to come under the left arm, sitting the hips back and down in chair pose. And then if you want to play with your balance today, taking your right thigh up and over your left thigh. So this is eagle pose. Hips are sitting back down, so you're crossing the legs as if you're trying to hold everything in. You all know what that feels like, but imagine that you're just bursting to pee and you're just holding it in. And then undo the arms, undo the legs, inhaling the arms up. Exhale, hands back to the heart center. So just one other side. Opening out the arms, this time left arm under right. Sit it back into your chair-like position. And if you want to, taking the left thigh up and over the right thigh, you might be able to get the foot behind the calf, but just make sure that that's okay through your knees. Hips are going back and down. Breath. Find a steady focus for your eyes, somewhere maybe out in front, or looking through your arms. Coming back up to standing and releasing the arms. Just feel that, let the arms dangle and just feel the energy moving back in through the shoulders. Visualizing it swimming into the heart center through the chest. Then taking your hands behind your back, we'll do the opposite stretch here for the shoulders, lifting up a little bit through the armpits, engaging through the core. Hands are interlaced behind, and then begin to fold forward again. Arms coming overhead, and just let your head hang. Maybe even shake it out a little bit. Releasing your hands down to the floor, walking your hands forward, and then if you want to come into downward dog position, walking your feet back. So it's an upside down V. So this is great for building up arm strength. And again, we get that nice length through the sides. You can have your knees bent. Don't worry about trying to get the heels to the floor. I never do. But if you want to then draw one heel down and then alternate like you're pedaling out on a bike. Beautiful, then lower to your knees. Open the knees out, hips back towards the heels into child's pose again. Taking this opportunity to really ground, again, your energy. If you can, allow the forehead to rest down on the floor. And coming back up onto hands and knees. And over onto our backs again. So I love doing this position that we're going to come into. It's bridge pose. It's a lovely back bend, especially if you're not comfortable lying on your belly. With back bends, they are more invigorating, more energizing. So if you find that it's too much for you right now, then just lie down with your knees bent. The back of the head is on the floor, so either staying with the feet on the floor and knees bent, the palms can face up to the sky, rolling the shoulders down to the earth. So already you're getting a nice little lift and opening through the chest. If you wish to, draw into the feet, and with your inhale, lifting the hips up, lifting up through the spine. You're still engaging through the core, so wrapping those frontal hip bones in towards each other. Just be mindful of the knees, that they're not splaying apart. Try to have the knees going straight ahead. Ask your belly, does this feel okay? And then roll your spine back down again. Taking that another time, drawing into the feet. Inhale, lifting up. Roll the shoulders, the outer shoulders down to the earth. Feel the feet drawing down. Your eyes can even be closed and relaxing the face completely. Rolling your spine back down again. And just land here. Just stay here for the next couple of breaths with the knees bent. And then drawing your knees in towards your chest, down towards your ribs. Again, another very soothing position. Maybe rolling a little from side to side. And from here, placing your feet back down, opening your arms out to the sides or in cactus arms, which means the elbows are bent, the fingertips can be pointing towards your head. Coming into a nice twist here. So your hips are going to move over to the left, coming onto your outer right hip, and the knees coming towards the right. So here you do want to be mindful, if you have an ostomy, to make sure that it's not pulling too much. Twists are one of these poses. They can feel great at times, but you also want to be mindful that you're not doing them too vigorously, especially if you're in a flare-up. But it can be helpful to get things moving. Or just to even bring in more of a sense of balance. So, obviously things are moving with us a lot of the time, but even just bringing in more of a sense of tone. Coming back to center. Centering your hips. Then moving your hips over to the right, coming onto the outer left hip, and knees coming over towards the left. The entire practice is wonderful for releasing toxins, both from the physical body, but even our thoughts can be toxic, our emotions can be toxic, so this can be a nice way to just release things out in a safe environment. And bring ourselves back to that visualization of light and love and healing. Visualization is extremely powerful. After my surgery, my rectal area didn't heal properly, and I was told it never would. But in fact, I got it to heal just from meditation, from a very sacred place that I was in, and visualization, and working just with having a quartz crystal nearby. I know it sounds woo-woo. I thought it was pretty woo-woo at the time, but it worked. So that's amazing. I'm a full believer of all of that because I've had so many of those experiences firsthand. So now's our time to come back to relaxation. Stretching the legs out, allowing the arms to come down or to rest on the belly, whatever's comfortable. Lying down completely on your back. Making any adjustments, just make sure your shoulders feel okay in your back. Closing the eyes. Resting. I'm going to guide you through the relaxation here, so just staying lying down until I tell you otherwise. Scanning through your body, just noticing if you are holding on anywhere unnecessarily, and inviting that area, if so, to just relax and release. Relaxing the feet, relaxing the legs completely, relaxing the hips, relaxing the belly, relaxing the chest, relaxing the back, relaxing the arms and the hands, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck, relaxing the mouth and the jaw, relaxing the cheeks and the eyes, relaxing the forehead, relaxing the entire body, relaxing into light, into love, into healing. And then if you wish to, beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bending your knees and hugging your knees into your chest. Accepting every part of yourself. And then rolling over onto your right side. Coming up to a seated position. Taking your time. Then the palms can join together at the heart center. Shoulders just drawing back, lifting the energy of the heart up. Keeping full of light and joy and possibilities and love. as much as we can, so that in turn we can spread that around to all those people around us. Closing in our practice with 1 Om, 3 Shantis, which means peace, and then 3 peace in English. Deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Taking the thumbs between the 2 eyebrows and bowing and surrendering to your heart. Namaste. The light in me acknowledges the beautiful light and love within you. And I thank you so much for joining me for this practice today.